Hey, what's up everybody? So did I manage to stay sober for my birthday? The answer is yes. Nothing wild happened, so there's no great story. So if you value your time at all, go watch something else. But I will tell you so my birthday was Monday, so I did a community post around Wednesday, I believe, and said that I'd talk about my birthday on Friday. And that got some people confused, thinking that my birthday was Friday. My birthday was last Monday. But it actually started on Sunday. So for those that are regulars to the channel, know that I have a close drinking buddy. And I love him to bits. I love him with all my heart. He is an amazing human being, but I have never once been in his presence in the 10 years that I've known him without drinking. And he's the guy that I stay up till 5 o'clock with in the morning, drinking. And I don't want to say he's a bad influence. We were both in that world. Now I see him once or twice a year. But he's such a good friend. Even if you don't see him for 6 months, he will remember it's Christmas or it's your birthday and he'll come around, and I've had a few times on the channel where I have said that I was going to see him and I was trying to get sober and I was struggling. I'm sure if I explained to him the problems that I have explained to him the problems that I have, but I don't know. It's tough. Anyway, let me explain. So, Sunday night, right, the day before my birthday, I've not seen him for a few months, and this is like another thing. Like, I really want to impress that guy because he drinks a lot, not as much as me, but he holds his life together so well, and he's a doer and I'm a procrastinator. I don't do anything. He can drink till 5 a.m. and he will go and fit somebody's front door at 6 a.m. Like, do you know what he's just different to me. If I could be 10% of him, then I'd be, in a lot better position than I am now. But he's a great guy and you can learn a lot from him. And I've said many times that I don't want to remove that guy from my life. I think he's incredible, but the relationship's got to change. And anyway, he came round. So anyway, my phone started ringing on Sunday evening, and it was a call. And I didn't answer it because I knew exactly what was going to happen. So every time he comes round with a crate of beer. Right, a full crate. He comes round every single time. We drink it, then we get more, and that can be a weekday, any day. Even if I'm not drinking, that's happened many times in the past. And my phone rang Sunday night, and it came up with his name, and I was like, fuck. This is, and I'd had a few days of sobriety, and I was like, I can't answer the phone. So I was sat upstairs, right? My phone starts ringing. I ignore it again. I get out of the way of any windows, right? Because he only lives like, I don't know, half a mile away or something, right? And the phone rings. I ignore it. I don't cut it off. I ignore it. Rings again straight away. I ignore it. Rings again straight away. I ignore it. Rings again straight away. I ignore it. I'm thinking, listen, just accept that I might not be home, or I might be out, or I might be busy. But that's not the way that guy works. He's very, he just gets what he just pushes for what he wants, and anyway, next minute, knock at the door, right? I don't answer it. I'm like, fuck. So I sneak up to the top room, right? And I look out the window, I see his car parked there. And I'm like, oh, I knew it, right? And I kind of hide behind the window. I mean, what am I doing? I'm hiding behind the window in front of friends, like hiding from friends, because I know how weak I am. I know that if he turns up, we're drinking. It's inevitable. There's absolutely zero, let me check the time. It's absolutely zero question, right? So I sit there and knock, 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 and then he uses the door knocker. So it's like bang, 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 bang. My phone goes again. I quickly manage to put it on silent before he can hear it ringing. And I'm just thinking to myself, what am I doing? I should be able to just go down and say, it's amazing to see you. Let's have a chat. If you want a drink, I'll have a cup of tea or I'll have a coffee or whatever. But I know that I am so fucking weak that I'd have been smashed that night. I'd have been absolutely hammered, you know, and then Monday will roll into Tuesday and then we'll just go again. Right? So I'm hiding in my own house so that he thinks I'm out, you know. But there's lights on, there's stuff like that, you know. Luckily, Chester wasn't here, or else he'd have been barking crazy. He didn't come back till Tuesday. And I'm thinking, like, what kind of situation am I putting myself in? Just shows really how little, I have zero confidence in myself, you know. I can't be happy around people when I'm not drinking. I'm going to be miserable. Still, in 6 months, that may change, but for now, I'm low, I'm high, I'm low, I'm high. Anyway, we get to Monday, right? Monday, my parents call. They know that really I don't see anybody, and I don't see people through choice. It's not like I don't have a choice to see friends. The alcohol has isolated me, right? So I don't care. I'm not bothered. You know, I have no interest in anything or anybody. But my parents are my parents and they're not going to be around forever. And I do try, even when I'm trying to get sober or I'm drinking or whatever, I do try and see them, because God forbid they passed while I was in addiction. It's something that I wouldn't be able to get over, you know. So anyway, they said, we're going to come round, give you your card and stuff like that. I said, yeah, come round, we'll have a cup of tea and all this kind of stuff. So I'm still sober, right? And then they said, oh, do you want to nip out for a quick burger or something like that? I said, oh no, you're all good. Because I didn't really want to go out in any kind of setting. Because I was really putting on a brave face in order to see them, right? And they said, well, look, we're going anyway. Yeah, you may as well come. Come on. I was like, okay, yeah, you know, like my parents are amazing. And we go out, we go to this kind of pub lunch thing, and we go to the bar. My dad said, I'll get this one. He said, I'll have a pint of Carling, that's what he drinks. Any alcoholic, no alcoholic drinks Carling. It's just fucking piss. It's a complete waste of space, in my opinion. Well, God, that makes me sound really bad, but even when I was drinking, I wouldn't touch Carling. Complete waste of time. I was always a Stella guy, right? And my mum always has a black coffee. And my dad said, I'll have a Carling. I'll have a black coffee. Oh, here's Chester. Good boy. Oh, look, can you see him? Good boy. He was a good boy. All right. Okay. And my dad said, what do you want? And I said, oh, I'll just have an orange juice, right? Because although I drink, my dad is Scottish. And on his family's side, literally everybody has drunk themselves to death, right? And I don't say that lightly. Anybody that's died has died as a result of alcohol. It's a very, very heavy drinking family. So yeah, so my mum's side is completely the opposite, right? Hey, what's up everybody? So that's me back now from my parents. I completely forgot that England were playing, so I'll try and I'll try and make this quick. Yeah, so I was on about my dad's side. So I'm from two very big families. My mum has like 6 sisters. My dad has like 5 sisters and a brother. My dad's side, as I said before, drinks a lot. You know, a few of my dad's sisters, my aunties, have passed through drinking. And I'm not talking where they have drank a lot throughout their lives and then died of an illness or old age. I'm talking about where, without going into too much detail, one, after their husband passed, was drinking a bottle of vodka a day and found on the couch, choked, on her own vomit. Another one, internal organ failure through drinking and things like that. So without being too graphic, drinking is something that worries my parents deeply, especially when I do it. So just going back to the birthday, we were at the bar. I said I wanted an orange juice and my dad said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah, of course I'm sure." And even though I wanted a drink, I do have the ability, not the ability, like I think I have enough respect not to drink in front of them. We have the meal, and I can feel myself getting upset because I should be happy, right? I should be happy. I'm spending some time. I'm sat having a burger with my parents who I love dearly, and they love me dearly, and I'm just thinking to myself all the time, like, at that point, I'm not even thinking to myself, I want a drink. I'm thinking more like, I just want to be on my own, and that's horrible, and I hate that, and it really gets to me, really annoys me, but I kind of fumbled my way through it, asking questions, and we had a few laughs, and it was enjoyable, but the fact that I kept thinking to myself, it could be more enjoyable if I was drinking. I hate that. I hate the fact that I feel that way. But yeah, so so that was Sunday, that was Monday. I didn't do anything. My ex came back on Tuesday. I think we said like 3 words to each other. I don't even come out of a single room now when she comes in. But some good news is this, that I'm going to the solicitors next week because things are taking longer than they should, and I just want it over and done with, And I'm also trying to look forward to the future, So I'm like looking at little apartments and little flats and things like that, or small houses for when I sell this next year. So I have made the decision to sell this next year now and get everybody paid back, get my ex paid in full. Obviously I need to borrow money this year in order to pay her the lump sum, but that's sorted. So I'll need to pay that back. I'll need to pay the remainder of the mortgage. I'll need to pay all the fees and everything like that. And then whatever last bit trickles down to me, then I'll try and start a new life with that, I suppose. But I've been looking at like little places, little flats, and I've been on Pinterest, and I'm trying to get myself excited about moving forward. I think that's important. I don't just want to kind of go into the abyss, and like have nothing to look forward to, because that'll just send my mental health through the floor, won't it? So, if I can try and remain positive and steady, I went to AA twice last week, the Thursday and the Friday. Again, I didn't speak. I wanted to, I didn't. I haven't asked for a sponsor either just yet. I'm just trying to do the basics at the minute, which is just turning up, you know, walking through those doors. Of course I could do more, and people are going to scream at me in the comments, you're not doing enough. I know I'm not doing enough, right? Sue me, I don't know. I keep reading the comments where people say he doesn't want it enough. And I tend to agree with those comments. I don't. But what is the turning point going to be for me? I don't know. Is it when they say, you know, you need, or you're getting to the point now? Like, I mean, the results were there last time, right? Yeah. You could be 30 seconds away from a heart attack because your blood pressure's so high. I mean, in the video of the doctors last time, you know, I had pinpricks everywhere where they couldn't even take a blood sample. The blood was so thick and like congealed. And obviously my gamma scores were obviously 6 times what they should have been. And, you know, so essentially I was told that you're just a ticking time bomb, and it just went straight over my head, you know. So I don't know, all I can keep doing is turning up. And one thing I have noticed though is time. When I don't drink, I can feel the time takes ages. So I am looking for work now. Trying to get like a 12-hour shift, like a little nighttime job. Like I would love just to go in and just blitz out and like clean some office, just something just mind numbing where I don't need to think, I don't need to concentrate on anything. I just go and I whip through some earphones in, I just clean through some offices for 12 hours straight, get to bed, I can come home then. A night shift is good for me because I can Chester will be asleep, I can come home, I can open the back door so Chester can go out for a wee, etc, while I sleep for 4 or 5 hours. So I've started to look for places like that. I have a couple that I'm going to call tomorrow, and we'll see. But yeah, my mood is so up and down, and my not my temperament as such, like my internal temperament. I feel so angry and like not violent towards myself, but just like, what the fuck is going on? You know, so yeah, that's been this past week. Obviously I had some alcohol-free lagers last night while I was watching the boxing. Fantastic. You know, like the Eubank and the Ben saga, the whole family dynamic of it. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't think the fight was as impressive as the first fight, but Ben got the win, which is what I was hoping for. I said yesterday, so I think there will be a rematch. There's got to be one, right? There's too much money on the table now, but I understand Ben playing it safe, saying that he's not going to do it because he wants to get handed that big check, right? So hopefully I can watch the next one without any alcohol-free lagers. I know a lot of people were critical yesterday, saying, you know, alcohol-free lagers aren't good, but how I felt yesterday and how I feel every day, if I have to drink 100 non-alcoholic lagers instead of putting one alcoholic lager in my mouth, that is a win, 100%. So I'm still learning, still trucking on. So it's nearly 5:30. I'm going to go watch the England game now and upload this. My cousin, as he does sometimes, comes round on a Sunday. We're going to go for a walk, so I'll get my steps in. And it'll just be tea, just cups of tea tonight. I've run out of coffee, so just tea. Okay, all right, see you all soon.